Okay, so another question that I'm going to be looking at today is, why do INFJs have an all or nothing approach to things? Kind of split, all or nothing approach, black and white? Or is it only a solipsistic INFJ experience that may be extrapolated wrongly to assume is the case of all INFJs? Well, my answer actually would be, it is not the case of all INFJs, this kind of splitting, this kind of polarization. And in fact, it's not even the case of the solipsistic INFJ. The only INFJ who may have to deal with this, I think, is the fairly contemporary INFJ that didn't really exist that much as a subtype in the past, which I call the spinning INFJ, right? The INFJ who keeps spinning NINSC without much of a superego function FETI axis intervening in the process. So why do I believe that the all or nothing approach is not very common in INFJs? Well, because the all or nothing approach, right, it's like black or white. There's no gray area. That is a mental condition, which is not healthy, by the way, which is the opposite of ambivalence, right? Someone who is too ambivalent is the contrary of someone who's too split. Splitting between all good or bad, all or nothing, is one way of being, and some people are like that, right? That's what I would call the splitting people, the split people. Opposite end of the spectrum, the ambivalent people. It's like everything that's good is also bad, right? Everything that's bad, it's kind of also good, you know? You could sort of see that in politics as well. Centrists tend to be very, very sort of stuck sometimes in ambivalence. People who are more tempted by extremes are more split. They're all good, they're all bad, and we're all good. We're all good, they're all bad. Right? So you can see how that can be at the collective, when it's moved on to the collective level, that can be even more dangerous. The split mind, of course, tends to be more immature than the ambivalent mind, but there are so-called pathologies of ambivalence, and they're called the neuroses, right? Someone who is high in neuroticism tends to be someone who cannot decide, someone who is stuck in thinking, someone who has a lot of mental blocks, even though they are in their own thoughts, right? So they struggle with thinking, and they struggle even more with moving from thought to action. So people who are highly neurotic tend to be inhibited and indecisive, and to suffer from that, okay? That's not the case. That's not the case of people who are split. People who are split can act. That's why they can be politically effective, by the way. Because for them, it's like all good, all bad. So I'll stick to the good and I'll try to hurt the bad or try to fight the bad. So if you like, the road is straight, you can just follow it. The one who is like dealing with strong ambivalent, oh, the good is also bad, so I should really just fight against the bad, but look, there's also some good in it. And if I choose this option, well, you know, I want to support the good, but there's also some bad in it. You can easily see how that can lead to indecision, inhibition, and inaction. And INFJs tend toward the latter. They tend toward the latter. There's a link between that and the nurse syndrome, by the way, but I'm not going to go into this right now. But if you want me to develop the link between this so-called pathology of ambivalence and the nurse syndrome, I'm happy to make a video about that and how it connects back to INFJs. INFJs have NI. NI is unlike any. Any can generate lots of possibilities from a single possibility. NI takes the one possibility and generates 10, 15, 20, 25 different perspectives on that same possibility. So it's not about generating like radically new possibilities, seemingly unconnected, like NE. It's about remaining within the one possibility, but generating like, you know, like a prism, just 25 different possible angles. Great creative power implicit in this. Also great potential for ambivalence, because you look at it and you're thinking, from this particular side, it looks great. From the other side, it looks okay. From that yet other side, wait, it doesn't look that good. It's kind of bad, and so on. And that's why the NI dominant is exposed to the risk of ambivalence way more than you might think, and therefore not that exposed ultimately to the risk of splitting. So the all or nothing thinking, I don't really think so. The reason why the spinning INFJ might be more exposed to it is simply that if you like, the superegoic functions, so FE and TI, are the functions through which the judgments of good or bad is ultimately made. And the more developed your superegoic functions, the more fine-grained your discrimination between good and bad is going to be. So if assuming that those functions are quite repressed, the only options available are kind of low quality or low intensity good option and low intensity bad option. And that's going to obviously be much more likely to happen in people who have weak superegos. Give me a like if you enjoyed this video, guys. Don't forget, I've written 2 books on the INFJ personality that you can get. The Ecstatic Soul on the INFJ mind, still the deepest look into the INFJ mind to date that you can find, and the Infinite Soul on INFJ life in the modern world. How to find happiness, purpose, and value as an INFJ in a difficult world. Get those books at the links below, guys. And don't forget, I could not do this without you. Please consider supporting me on Patreon. I need you more than ever. For a small amount every month or every year, not a lot every year, you get access to our Discord server, bonus videos every 2-3 weeks, and most importantly, you support my work, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you to my supporters, and talk to you soon, guys. Bye-bye.